Hello dear students, welcome to this English class. Today we shall take up a topic in grammar, that is degrees of comparison part B. Children, remember we had covered this topic in part A where we had learned the basic concepts of degrees of comparison. Today we shall take part B where we shall learn few rules to understand this topic better. But before we proceed, let us do a quick recap of what we had done in part A. Let's get started. What are degrees of comparison? The degrees of comparison in grammar are words used to show how big or small, higher or lower, more or less an object is. That means it is used to compare nouns, that is persons, things and places. There are 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative and superlative. In positive degree, we have simple description of a noun. Whereas in comparative, there is comparison between 2 nouns. In superlative, we have comparison between 3 or more nouns. Now that is what we had learnt in part A. If you have not understood the concept, please go through the video degrees of comparison part A, understand the basic concepts, go through the examples and the exercises. Once you have done that, you may proceed to this part B. So now let's learn the rules to understand this topic much better. Rule number 1. Adjective with one vowel and ending with an E. Now for example, the word nice, there's one vowel and it ends with E. So its comparative degree would be formed by adding R at the end of the word. So nice will become nicer, and superlative degree is obtained by adding ST at the end of the word. So nice will become nicest. Likewise, we have wise, wiser, wisest. Please go through those examples before we do the exercise. Okay, now let's do this exercise. Fill up the blanks with the answers. You may pause the video, write down the answers. Once you've done that, let's check the answers. Nice, nicer, nicest. Wise, wiser, wisest. I hope you've got them all right. That was rule number 1. Now, rule number 2. Adjectives with one vowel and ending with Y. Now, look at the example happy. There's one vowel and it ends with Y. So, to get the comparative degree, you need to replace the Y with IER. So, happy is the positive and happier is the comparative degree. To get the superlative, you need to replace Y with IEST. So happy and happiest. So once again, happy, happier, happiest. Let's do the exercise for rule number 2. Write down the answers. Once you have done that, check the answers. Happy, happier, happiest. I hope you have got that right. Rule number 3. Adjectives with double vowels. Now look at the word clean. There are 2 vowels there, EA. So in such cases, you need to add ER at the end of the word to get the comparative degree. So clean, cleaner. And to get superlative, you need to add EST at the end of the word. So clean will become cleanest. So we have clean, cleaner, cleanest. Similarly, for adjectives with double consonants, for example, long, NG, there are 2 consonants. So, you need to add ER to get the comparative degree. And EST at the end of the word to get superlative. So, long, longer, longest. I hope you have understood that. Rule number 3, exercise. Fill up the answers and check the answers. Clean, cleaner, cleanest. Long, longer, longest. That is rule number 3. Rule number 4. Adjectives with 3 or more syllables. Now look at the first example. Expensive. There are 3 syllables there. Expensive. Now to get the comparative form, we need to add the word more in front of the word. So expensive, more expensive. To get the superlative degree, we need to add the word most in front of the word. So it will become most expensive. Similarly, comfortable. You can see there are 4 syllables there. To get the comparative degree, we have more comfortable, and superlative form would be most comfortable. So I hope you have understood. Expensive, more expensive, most expensive. Comfortable, more comfortable, most comfortable. Let's do that exercise for rule number 4. Fill up the answers. And now check the answers. Expensive, more expensive, most expensive. Comfortable, more comfortable, most comfortable. I hope you've got them all right. Now the rule number 5. Adjectives ending with ed, ful and ing. In all of these cases, you will get the comparative degree by adding the word more in front of the word. For example, tired ends with ed. So to get the comparative form, you need to add the word more. So more tired. And to get the superlative, you need to add the word most in front of the word. So most tired. So in the second example, ending with ful, useful. Again, add more to get comparative degree and most to get the superlative. So useful will be more useful, most useful. Similarly, boring ending with ing. So here to get the comparative, you need to add more and superlative most. So boring, more boring, most boring. Quickly go through this particular chart for rule number 5 and let's do the exercise. You may pause the video and write down your answers. Now let's check the answers. Tired, more tired, most tired. Useful, more useful, most useful. Boring, more boring, most boring. Now rule number 6. Now these are exceptions, that is adjectives with irregular forms. So here you cannot add suffixes nor a word in front of the word. These are exceptions. So kindly go through these exceptions. Let's read them. Good, better, best. The first column are all positive, second columns are all comparative, and third columns are the superlatives. So good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, much or many, more, most, little, less, least. Quickly go through this and learn these exceptions before we move to the exercise. You may pause the video and fill up the answers. Once you have done that, check the answers. Good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, much or many, more, most, little, less, least. I hope you have got them right. Rule number 7. Exercise number 7. Now in this exercise, you need to fill in the blanks with correct degree of comparison of the adjectives given in the brackets. I'll read the sentences. Roshan is dash than Arjun. Today's weather is dash. This job is dash. Maths is dash than science. Maths is dash than science for few students. This route is dash than that one. Now what you have to do is find the correct degree of comparison of the adjectives given in bracket. So you may pause the videos and quickly write down the answer. Let's check the answers. Roshan is taller than Arjun. Today's weather is hot. This job is easy. Maths is tougher than science for few students. This route is longer than that one. Remember, first sentence, this comparison between two nouns. Therefore, the comparative degree is used. Similarly, in the fourth and fifth sentences, there's comparison between two nouns. So therefore, the adjective is in the comparative degree form. Whereas second and third are positive sentences because there is no comparison between two nouns. Exercise number 8. Now sentences are given here. You can choose your own adjectives and write the correct degree of comparison in the sentence. Australia is a dash continent. Sneha is a dash girl. Your essay is a dash. Ritesh is dash than his brother. Rajesh is the dash student of the class. Now fill up the adjectives. Once you have done this exercise, let's check the answers. Australia is the smallest continent. Sneha is a kind girl. Your essay is the best. Ritesh is shorter than his brother. You may write taller, you may write smarter, but it should be comparative degree. Rajesh is the most hardworking student of the class. Now, students, in this exercise, just note down sentence number 1. Australia is the smallest continent. Remember, here we are talking about Australia comparing with all the continents in the world. So therefore, you need to add the word the in front of the adjective. The smallest. It's a superlative. Similarly, your essay is the best. We are comparing this with all other essays. So therefore, it is the best. So superlative degree, you need to add the word the. Similarly, the last sentence, the most hardworking student. So remember, in front of the superlative, you need to add the. Second and third sentences are examples of, second example is an example of a positive degree. Sneha is a kind girl. Whereas fourth sentence is a comparative degree. Ritesh is shorter than his brother. There is comparison between Ritesh and his brother. Next one, exercise number 9. Fill in the blanks. Once you have done that, you may check the answers. Cheap, cheaper, cheapest. Pretty, prettier, prettiest. Cheerful, more cheerful, most cheerful. Heavy, heavier, heaviest. Tough, tougher, toughest. Exercise number 10. Remember, we spoke about exceptions. Well, now find the answers. Once you've done that, you may check your answers. Good, better, best. Bad, worse, worst. Much or many. More, most. Little, less, least. I hope you have got them right, students. So that's all for degrees of comparison, all the rules we have covered. I hope you have understood the concepts really well. If not, kindly go through the videos part A and part B of our degrees of comparison. Understand the topic, the concepts, go through the examples and try to solve the exercises given therein. So, thank you and God bless you all.